hitting a spring attached to a wall. A 5 kilogram block is moving at V0 equals 6 meters per second along a frictionless horizontal surface toward a spring with force constant K equals 500 newtons per meter that is attached to a wall. So you can see this spring is relaxed right now and this block is moving to hit the spring. The spring has negligible mass. Part A, find the maximum distance the spring will be compressed. Part B, if the spring is to compress by no more than 0.150 meters, what should be the maximum value of V0? Okay, so the maximum distance the spring will be compressed. So first of all, I should note that for maximum compression, the final speed will be 0. So for maximum compression, when the spring is compressed all the way, the final speed of the block will be 0. All right. Now, we have no friction in the system, therefore we will talk about conservation of mechanical energy. So let's see how much is the change in the kinetic energy, delta K. So that is final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy. And this is equal to, because we have a final speed that will be 0 when it is compressed all the way, final kinetic energy will be 0, but we have an initial kinetic energy 1/2 m v0 square. So the change in the kinetic energy is minus 1/2. What was the mass of the block? It's 5 kilograms moving at 6 meters per second. So this will be 5 times 6 square, and that will give us minus 90 joules. So that's the change in the kinetic energy of the system. Now, since there is no friction, we have no friction, the system is isolated. There is no external force acting on the system, and total mechanical energy must be conserved. If we had friction, there will be some energy dissipation in the form of heat. Okay. So with that observation, we have change in the mechanical energy of the system equals change in kinetic energy plus change in potential energy. This must be equal to 0. Therefore, the change in the potential energy is minus delta K. So the change in the potential energy, we have initially a relaxed spring. So initial potential energy is 0. Final potential energy is 1/2 K maximum compression X max squared. Initial potential energy is 0. This must be equal to 90 joules because delta K was minus 90. So this gives us, for the maximum compression X max, 2 times 90. What was our force constant? Force constant was 500 newtons per meter. 2 times 90 divided by 500 square root. So this gives us 0.6 as our answer. So we have 3 significant figures for all quantities. So this is 0.600 meters. This is the maximum compression. So part B, we have a requirement that the spring is not going to compress any more than 0.150 meters. What should be the maximum value of V0? Now V0 is to be determined. So the change in the potential energy will be U final minus U initial, which is 1/2 kx max, now it's prime squared, minus 0. So this will be 1/2 force constant 500, and we require x max to be 0.15 meters squared. So that gives us 5.625 joules. So this must be equal to minus the change in kinetic energy, which is now K initial minus K final. And K final will be 0 again, so this will be equal to K initial, because K final will be 0. Okay, so at the point of maximum compression. So K initial, which is 1/2 m V0 squared, now this is V0 prime, this will be 5.625 joules, and therefore we find V0 prime, the new value of V0, to be 2 times 5.625 joules divided by the mass, which was 5 kilograms, square root, and that gives us 1.50 meters per second for V0. That's the new value. Okay, so with 6 meters per second initial speed, we were able to compress it 0.6 meters. With 1.5 meters per second initial speed, we are able to compress it to 0.15 meters maximum. Okay, so we have a block, 5 kilogram block, that is moving towards a relaxed spring. With an initial speed 6 meters per second, it hits the spring. There is no friction on the surface. We want to know the maximum compression of the spring, and if the maximum compression is 0.15 meters, what should be the value of V0? So once again, when the block hits the spring, it's going to start slowing down. Why? Because there will be a spring restoring force acting in the opposite direction, trying to stop the block. And eventually, when we reach maximum compression, the spring is compressed all the way, the block will stop, and due to the effect of the spring restoring force, it will start accelerating in the opposite direction. So at the point of maximum compression, the final speed will be 0. The change in kinetic energy plus change in potential energy, which is the change in mechanical energy, is 0. We have no external force. The system is isolated. There is no friction. And so if we calculate delta K with a final kinetic energy of 0, we find that it's minus 90 joules if V0 is 6 meters per second. And delta U is minus delta K, so it is plus 90 joules, which is equal to the potential energy stored in the spring at the point of maximum compression. So we can plug in the numbers to obtain the final result. And the story in part B is the same, except that we are given the maximum compression. We're asked to find the new value of V0 that will make sure that the spring will be compressed no more than 0.15 meters.